Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all those around. Today we have a wonderful matchup. We have the Astros, who I believe were last season's winners. I'd have to double check, but to my knowledge, they were last season's winners. And actually, yes, they were with the crew of Flicks, Crouton, On Fire, and Snooze. But they are going up against the one and only Bleacher Boys. Now, there has been a lot of things going around. Bleacher Boys picking up Zethel, and I've noticed it working out pretty well. Looks like we didn't update the overlay because it's showing the team for the Mustangs. Just gonna let our producer know that. So the Bleacher Boys don't consist of Chiwigo, Skydragon, Chop Jr., and Doc. They actually consist of the one and only. Where are they on the standings? They one and only Longneck, who's their captain, Sea Strife, Zethel, and Naxi. They are a powerhouse right now with the introduction of Zethel as their third. And I'd be really interested to see how they fare up against Astros, who, again, they've won quite a few. They've won quite a few of the QRLS championships, with Crouton being one of their main players. So I'd be really, really interested to see how it goes, as I believe we do have most of the players, if not all the players, coming into the lobby. So hopefully we should be getting ready to go shortly. This is gonna be an interesting match with Crouton being one of the better players in the lobby, highest rating, matter of fact. It's gonna be weird to see how the Bleacher Boys alter their play style to kind of match Astros and see how they can do to actually beat them. And with that being said, we are going to hop right into the game, and we're going to start with the kickoff. Kickoff is won by the Bleacher Boys, put down to the backboard of the Astros. Crouton's going to get possession. This is a deadly spot for him to be, but immediately gets challenged off the wall by Sea Strife. Zethel is going to maintain possession as the ball gets kicked out back to Longneck. Longneck gets a good bump down there on to Crouton, but right now the ball is just free floating. Crouton's going to look to hopefully get a pass out to On Fire, or maybe take it up himself. On Fire, good control down there. A double commit is going to come out from the side of Astros. Sea Strife going to take the ball over the field, met in the air by Crouton. Zethel, one of the players who I think has probably the best aerial mechanics, I'd say, in this league. He's known for being very, very quick in the air and very, very mechanical. As a block does come out. Good clear out by Legos. Sea Strife does get demoed by Crouton, but the ball is just going to be rolling in front of the net. No one there to get it. Crouton almost owned goals, but save coming out by Lego. And let's see, and a goal from Zethel. Bleacher Boys are coming out hot. They're not going to give them the chance to recuperate. They're just going to immediately start putting shot after shot after shot. And what a great goal. One to the right side, out for Zethel. Zethel going to be up in the air. 50 down onto Crouton. A shot from Longneck. A good save made from On Fire as Sea Stripe doesn't get the best shot, but does still continue to put pressure out towards the side of the Astros. As we see Lego going in the air for the ball. Met up by Sea Stripe. And a good save by Longneck. He's going to make sure that ball does not stay, or does not go in his net at all. Sea Strife's going to get a good touch. Crouton's going to be right there to challenge him. Not going to give him that time, but they are going to give time for is Longneck as Crouton gets a good shot. A double commit is going to come out. That is going to be the death of most teams if they don't fix double committing. A bump is going to come out from Longneck as he looks and fakes the shot out from On Fire as Seastrife puts the ball right back on net. Longneck going to play it off the side, gets a good shot, but no one is there to capitalize. Crouton gets a good flick, but a good demo out from Longneck. Legos going to put the ball right back down towards the field. Zito going to go up in the air, see if he can't get a reset. But a good save made out by Crouton. And the ball is... I don't think this ball has touched the ground for like a minute until Crouton just said, you know what, we're putting this ball down. Another double commit. That is going to be a big issue right now with the Bleacher Boys. Is if they keep double committing, it is going to cost them in the end. A big clear coming out from Crouton. Zethel. A good pass down towards Longneck, but Lego's right there to collect that pass. A Seastrife is pre-jumping him. And Crouton's going to be right there. Doesn't get the double, but it looks like they are just going to take this ball back and recuperate, as there wasn't much they could do with two of their players sitting in the opposing half. Seastrife looks like he might be trying to get the ball up for an air dribble, but does not. Longneck gonna look for a bang as Seastrife looks for the pass out to Longneck, but unfortunately the ball just rolls up as Crouton gets a good clear out, pushing the entirety of the Bleacher Boys right back in their half. A ceiling pinch attempt coming out from Bleacher Boys as Seastrife almost gets a good double, but Longneck is right there to regain possession and put the ball in. They are not giving Astros any bit of a chance to come back in this. They want to win, and they won't take anything other than that. Longneck does get a good pop out there, but it is going to be right to Crouton. Zethel gets a good pop as Seastrife is right up there waiting for it. Does get a good clear, but unfortunately, I say unfortunately it's right to Crouton, but right now it doesn't look like they're letting Crouton do almost anything with this ball. As On Fire looks to get a good shot. The entirety of the Bleacher Boys just froze there for a minute, as Longneck is going to put the ball out. Hopefully, was looking to put it out towards Seastrife, but does not get the chance. Longneck looks for the 50 down on to, I believe it was Legos. And this game is coming into the final 10 seconds of the game. Is there anything the Astros can do just to secure one goal? But there could be a chance for the Bleacher Boys to secure another one, but Crouton puts the ball right down, and that is Bleacher Boys taking game one. Now, there are a few things with Astros that they need to fix. Obviously, they're being put on the defensive so much. They need to get that aggression out, and they need to push it a lot faster, as the entire side of Bleacher Boys had 13 shots. And that right there, that's not something you want to see, where they have 13 shots and you have 2. There's a big difference between the two, and between how one team is focused entirely on offense, whereas the other is focused entirely on their defense. But if the Astros can capitalize on the fact that Bleacher Boys have been double committing, even triple committing on some chances, then Astros should be able to take this series well enough, and could potentially bring it back towards their side, maybe win this game, bring it to the game 3. It just all depends on how the rest of this game goes. And, you know, I'm not able to see into the future. Wish I could be like, yeah, this team's going to win, but what fun would that be as we get into game number 2. On Fire looking to set the pass out down to Crouton, as Zethel hoping to look to get the pass out mid. Unfortunately, no pass there. Strife does accidentally get the double back down as Legos goes up for the air, gets met by Zethul, but Strife is right there hoping to get the sidewall read, but Crouton immediately clears that ball out and says, no thank you, I don't want it. Zethul with some good control back down towards the Astros half. Strife is just going to keep this ball in the air as long as he can, not let anybody else touch it, as a weird challenge coming out from Longneck. Crouton is going to get the shot, and he's going to get the goal! What an amazing goal from Crouton. That is not something you see every day. A reset backboard double right through the defender Zethul, and that is phenomenal. As we see in chat, some of the players didn't even realize he got a reset. And honestly, neither did I. I didn't know he got the reset either until he flipped down and got the double. Crouton is going to meet Longneck right in the air as Strife gets a good shot on net. It's going to be a goal. The counterattack from the Bleacher boys is nothing to kid over. They're immediately like, hey, you scored one? Guess what? We can do the same, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to capitalize on any mistake, and that ball being cleared directly to the mid was exactly the mistake they needed to happen. Crouton's going to be back up in the air, looking for the air dribble. Maybe the double tap, unfortunately, does get met on the backboard by Strife. Zethul hoping to look and get that ball to Longneck, but unfortunately the ball gets put right in front of the net. As here we go, we got Crouton up in a deadly position again. Maybe another double, but unfortunately doesn't get it. But On Fire's right there to get the shot and put it away for the Astros. Amazing. I'd say a masterclass of being right there after, getting ready for that follow-up shot. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Strife does end up missing the ball, but Longneck gets a good clear out. Maybe looking for the double tap. Crouton's right there on the backboard waiting for him. As Crouton does keep this down to the sidewall, does not let anyone else go for it. As On Fire is right there, and On Fire gets another beautiful goal and a beautiful pass coming out from Crouton. And that, again, being ready, following up that shot is exactly what they need to do. And I agree, Joe, that is an amazing pass. For anyone who doesn't know, my name is Zurich. I am your caster for today, and Joe Papa in chat, he is our producer, and I say probably one of the best that I have ever seen. Strife gonna look to put the shot back on net, and it's gonna go in! 3-2 right now for the Astros, but the Bleacher boys are slowly crawling their way back. They have over 2.5 minutes left in the game. Already, this is a really high-scoring game. 5 goals scored in total, 2 by Strife, and I believe 2 by On Fire and 1 by Crouton. This is already going to be a really high-scoring game. As Crouton gets the clear out towards the sidewall, Longneck's going to look to take back possession, which is really smart in this scenario. Because it means that defenders don't have as much time to recuperate and think about what they need to do in the next couple seconds. But it doesn't matter, as Crouton's just going to stay up there, and I believe Strife is already up for it, looking for the shot, but Longneck right there, ready to go, and that, again, it's a beautiful definition of following up the shot. Strife might have missed it, but then again, Longneck right there, ready to go, ready to put that ball right back in the net. Crouton looking to set up another air dribble, potentially looking to maybe get another chance on net, as Zethul is going to look to take this back, hopefully going for a ceiling pinch, but unfortunately doesn't actually get the pinch aspect. Crouton gets past 2. Longneck does get possession of the ball back. A big shot coming out from On Fire, hoping to regather it. with his team is Cruzon. Death by Legos is going to look to clear it back into the field. A good 50 coming out from Longneck, keeping it away from the front of the net. That is a really smart 50 as Zethel looks to get the double, but unfortunately doesn't get it. Sea Strife met in the air by On Fire as Longneck looking to put this ball right in front for his team as Zethel is right there ready to score, and exactly what he does. The Bleacher Boys have now brought it back from being down, what I believe, by 2. My producer will tell me if right, Joe. But yeah, now it is 4-3 for the Bleacher Boys, and this is already a really good comeback as Sea Strife. Somebody know where Sea Strife went? I think we need a map. I don't know where he went. But then again, they still have the ball back in the defensive half as the Astros get a great clear out. Is Zethel going to be back in time for the ball? Yes, he is, and he gets a good save on it. Good bump coming out from Longneck as he just regains possession. He's taking his time. He knows he doesn't have to immediately go fast. Good clear coming out from Longneck. A potential redirect from Sea Strife. I do respect the attempt for it. Shot coming out from On Fire. Unfortunately doesn't get anywhere as the ball ends up right in front of the net for the Bleacher Boys. And right now, they're the ones being put on the defensive as the ball does get cleared. And Crouton gets a good pinch out with the post. On Fire, little bit questionable putting it right back in front of the net. But let's see, Sea Strife keeping it in the corner. They're just going to waste as much time as they can because they know if they don't let up a goal, then there's no reason to panic. As right now, Crouton looking to keep the ball up. But a good pinch out from Longneck as the ball ends up dropping. And the Bleacher Boys take game 2. Now, everybody's probably been told this. It is in our rules. Instead of everything being a best of 3, it is a 3 games no matter what for the standard league. Just for the standard games, it is 3 games minimum. Now, 3 games maximum and 3 games minimum. So there's no 4 games. Nah, there's no 4 games. But one big thing I did want to point out is the side of Astros. They ended up flipping the shots. They now have 13 shots, and the Bleacher Boys had, I believe, 10. 3 more shots, which is pretty good. But at the same time, they didn't get enough put in. My biggest thing I'd like to point out, though, is the score line. You see On Fire with some goals, some saves, and shots. Crouton, goals, saves, shots, demos, all of the above. I would really like to see more out of Death by Legos. I really would. I want to see him get a goal. I want to see him get some assists. I really want to see him perform at a phenomenal level because I know he can. He absolutely can do that. As we jump right into game number 3, our final game for tonight, as I don't believe there's any other games going on today. Sea Strife does get a good pass out to Zethel. Zethel is going to keep possession, looks to fake the shot low, as I believe Longneck is just going to take this ball back and hopefully get ready for a counterattack as Flix is going to look to get the ball mid, but unfortunately no one there. Longneck going to look to put the ball out towards the mid again. No one there to capitalize on it. Sea Strife takes it all the way around the world, but is met right there by On Fire, and this is already looking a lot better than before. There's a lot more... There is a lot more aggression coming out from the Astros than there was in Game 1. And you can see that by the fact of the Bleacher Boys haven't really had a chance to get this ball out of their half right now. There's no one there to collect the shot. And the great pass attempt from, I believe it was On Fire. Flix is going to look to get a demo. Zethel does fake it. I believe Zethel did get the stall reset. On Fire gets a good shot out, and it's going to go in. It is. Sea Strife cheated up a little too far on the rotations, and On Fire absolutely is going to capitalize on that. Clears the ball out and directly into the net of the Bleacher boys. My only issue, this is exactly what we saw in Game 2. They went up, they went up, they went down. I hope to not see that again, as Flix is going to clear the ball directly into the corner. Sea Strife does get a good touch. Zethel faking Legos, and a great pinch out right in front of the net. I don't believe Longneck was expecting that at all, as neither was I. On Fire does look to get the clear out. A awkward touch coming out from Longneck, as Flix does get the shot out in front. Legos looking for that double, but unfortunately was not able to capitalize off of it. On Fire hopefully looking to clear this back as Legos takes possession. On Fire does get a good clear back out. Flix is going to look to take it towards the side, maybe looking for a double, but unfortunately not able to close down that angle as much as he wanted to. But Flix is going to go back up in the air. Hopefully looking to 50 Sea Strife. Maybe get a weird angle from Longneck. But unfortunately, On Fire isn't able to get that 50 out just quite. A good bump coming out from... I was going to say a good bump coming out from Flix. But it doesn't matter when Longneck's right there, ready to go, and put the ball directly in the net. And again, this is what happened the game before. They went up, they went down. I really want to see Legos perform, I'd say a little bit better, but at the same time, I think the team is just so well merged together that even when they have bad days, those bad days don't look bad at all. Flix gets the clear out to the corner. On Fire's right there. The ball goes right back out to Longneck, and it's just going to go in as he dribbles it in, but he misses! As Flix gets an amazing save! And is hoping to look to get the counterattack against Longneck, but unfortunately is not able to, as Zethel does get the ball up in the air. I believe he didn't get the reset, but he is still going to look to try and score as Flix hopes to get the bang out. Legos does get the bang. Sea Strife is going to be right there waiting for it. On Fire gets a good clear off the backboard. And they need someone to challenge this ASAP, as Sea Strife right in the air gets a good first touch. And it's just sitting right in the corner. On Fire gonna look to try and pinch this out. Doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. Sea Strife looking to get up, setting up for a ceiling shot, but unfortunately is met off the ceiling by Legos. Flix hoping to get something moving for his team, as Longneck puts a good shot out on the net. Flix gets a good clear back, and the ball ends up going to the entire other half, right where Longneck is to the player. Sea Strife does get a good block out onto On Fire. Flix gets, I'd say gets an alright clear, but not alright if it means it gets scored on. On Fire in a 1v1, looks for the pass to Legos, but Sea Strife's there with an amazing save. Zethel going up for an air dribble. 50s Flix and puts it right into the corner to On Fire, who's on 0 boost right now. Good 50 coming out from Sea Strife and On Fire. Legos looking for that double, but it is cleared out. We go into good 50, a good kickoff win out from Zethel, as it puts the entirety of Astros in a very awkward position. Flix gonna get the 50 onto Sea Strife and does keep enough boost, but it looks like the pass. And a great save from Legos and another good save from Flix. As much as I like to say offense is great, the defense from the Astros is absolutely amazing. 50 out from Zethal. Longneck looking to go up into the air, potentially, but Zethal gets a wonderful redirect. And that is game, set, and match for the Bleacher boys. They win 3-0. That is phenomenal. Funny jokes coming out here from C Strife. He's just a spectator. He was just sitting there watching the game. But at the same time, the games wouldn't have been won without you. Getting your one save, that's exactly what you needed. Now, the biggest issue that I saw was the shots on goal. They only had 3 shots. They had a goal, but that right there isn't enough to secure them the game. The Bleacher boys take 3-0 against the Astros, and I've got to say, phenomenal saves coming out from both teams. The amazing save out C Strife to the amazing double save from Lego and Flix. With that being said, everybody, that is going to be it for today's stream. I hope you guys had a wonderful time here.